Hi friends, I am your Joel John, and today we are going to talk about Thanksgiving Day. So it's basically about thanking someone and providing some gift, mainly a treat. That's a turkey treat in US, and we are going to talk about this as a valid holiday because this is enjoyed in many countries. It started from UK as a day of Thanksgiving, then through explorers, it went to Canada. That is the explorer name is Martin Forbish, and then through a pilgrim, and their leader is called William Byrd. Through them, it moved to USA and to Liberia as well. So now let us look at what are the days in which this Thanksgiving Day is celebrated on different parts of the country, different countries. Sorry, on second Monday of October, it's celebrated in Canada. So Thanksgiving Day of Canada is second Monday of October, and in Liberia it's first Thursday of November, and in US it's the fourth Thursday of November. Okay, and this Liberia is in West African country. So as if now in the name of Thanksgiving Day itself, it's celebrated in three countries and two continents, that is Africa and America. Okay, now getting into the point. To know about this Thanksgiving Day, there are a lot of things hidden on that. Is this Thanksgiving Day has economic reformation? It was tried, but it didn't succeed. But I am sure that it will succeed because in countries like India, where there is a huge gap between the haves and have-nots, these kind of festival time are those when the economy gets moved out from the haves hand. So these are the days they spend much. And apart from that, if you look at the other side of this is a Christian festival. Yes, it's a Christian festival, but it started as a Christian festival in US, but it's mostly about a world level festival, because in US I will when I explain through the history, you will be getting to know it was a fasting prayer answered, and 29th of November, a particular date was taken as a Thanksgiving Day by their leader, Mr. William Byrd, and that also we will look into that. But if you look at how it gets celebrated in Canada or Liberia or on other parts of the world, it's just a day for Thanksgiving, for the harvest they have. It's a harvest festival mainly. In Tamil Nadu, we have a harvest festival called Pongal, where we thank for the harvest. And similarly, this is a harvest festival in the Western countries. So, to talk about the history of this Thanksgiving Day, in 1578, Martin Forbes, a UK explorer, landed in Canada, and they celebrated their arrival in the Newfoundland with a beef dinner. This is the first Thanksgiving Day on 1578, Martin Forbes. So, English explorer means they will be searching for different places where they can habitate for their trading purpose and for their industrial progression. You would have heard that the United Kingdom established an emperor above which the sun never sets. So these explorers are the key person, like Vasco da Gama discovered the sea route to India, Columbus discovered America. Like this, Mr. Martin Forbes landed in Canada. And the UL Pligrims, this is when the religion and secularism. When you talk about this Thanksgiving Day, this also talks about secularism and religious belief by the same group of pilgrims. In UK, you would have heard that the Christianity is the prominent one. Christianity is one. There is uniqueness in Christianity. It's not the truth. There are many churches. There are many different opinions. There are many groups within Christianity. Such a group was formed who believe on Christ, who believe on Jesus, who are Christians. If you take it as a broad spectrum, those who believe and follow the Jesus Christ are Christians. This is the definition given for Christians in the Holy Bible. So these pilgrims are also Christians, and they are moving out of UK because they don't have the same religious ideology with the Church of England. So it's a kind of a religious division. So these people first moved to Norway. There they worked for 7 years to earn money for a long travel to United States and Newfoundland, where they thought they will have the religious freedom. What is religious freedom? Religious freedom is secularism. The state or the country won't force its citizen to follow a particular religion, or force them to bow down before a particular god, or force them to follow a religious ritual, or say that only my religion is should be worshipped in this country, say that this is my country's religion. These are all against secularism. There could be a religious minority, there could be a religious majority. Within the same religion, there could be numerous groups, there could be numerous people. The freedom of their thought process, the liberty of them to think and live their life as they want by following any religious ideology is called secularism. So that's the main need of any country in the world. That's something I would like to say. And then to get into this, so in UK that freedom was not there. The Church of England has all the power. So these people now from Norway, 7 years outward, they are traveling on a ship called Mayflower. The ship name is Mayflower, and this ship sails towards the Atlantic Ocean. The journey was very tough with lot of storm, winds, so many diseases, and one person died and all the others were seriously sick, and they landed into a present day US Massachusetts, and the place they landed was called as Plymouth, and after that they changed it into Plymouth colony, Plymouth. Okay, and it was little difficult on Plymouth as well, because they don't know about the nature of the land, how to cultivate, and what are the crops that will grow there, what are medicines, what are the venomous creatures which will be there. They don't have any awareness. It's not as if today you can check about a place, history, geography in YouTube, Google, all those were not there at that time. The explorers, they went and explored, risking their life. That's the kind of hardness they built the trade. Today we have satellite imaging technology. We have grown and science has made our life so easy, and so at this time then they were also afraid of the native Indians. The native people of US are called as Indiana tribes, Indians, Sev-Indian, Red Indians they used to call them. And being an Indian by birth, I am very happy. Some people some native tribes called Indians, or the native of the wealthiest and most powerful country of the world, US. Okay, fine. And now this group of people had in that group of people there was one person called as Squanto. This Squanto, Somerset was the first person from Indiana to meet these people, and he welcomed these people. He greeted and welcomed. He had a greeting culture. He welcomed them. I can only speak in broken English. I will bring another one person called as Squanto, who will teach you how to live here. They teach you how to take swab from trees, cultivate corn and other Indian vegetables which will grow there. So they started to do agriculture. They already landed in this place. They selected this Plymouth place because there are plenty of fishes to catch and eat. They want something to survive for their life. They thought of fishes. So now harvest is also thought. So before this first winter, by March they established their settlement, and by the time half of the people died. See how sad it was. And as per the records, there were 19 pilgrim people who enjoyed the feast with this on this Thanksgiving Day, the first Thanksgiving Day. So it looks to me like only 90 people survived. Okay, and now they have established a colony, but the winter was very hot. So in the first year they had a very good harvest. So on that day, that Thursday, they invited the Indiana head. So the Indiana head also joined with them for a feast. Okay, so that feast led to the Thanksgiving Day. And after that, what happened was, I will tell you the... Okay, so at that time the Indian head was also there, and they had a feast. At that time what happened was, they had a big feast with the deer, fish and frog. That is like a chicken. And another one thing is like turkeys could be there, because their governor, Mr. William Byrd, has taken notes that they eat deers, birds and fishes and other frogs and corn and all those. Okay, so it was not clearly mentioned that Turkey was served, but today Turkey is the main thing. They kill about 46 million, that is 460 lakhs, that is 4 crore 60 lakhs of turkeys on one day in Thanksgiving Day in US. Tasty feast. Sorry. And there are also something which happened for animal welfare that I will talk later. So this Thanksgiving Day is such a significant day. So think of everything. And after 2 years, I told that this is not only about a separation of in Christianity, but it's also about a belief, a Thanksgiving Day for Jesus Christ. What happened was, after 2 years there was no rain. So William Baird, the head of this people, had a fasting prayer. That is, one day they won't eat and they pray. So that prayer was answered, and soon Jesus Christ gave rain to them. So they thought of thanking Jesus Christ, and after that 29th November, a fixed day, 29th November was celebrated as Thanksgiving Day by these people. That was a fixed day, and this Thanksgiving Day is to pray and thank Jesus along with other feasts, family gathering, eating everything, for giving the rain for harvest. So now it's a harvest festival. It's a Christian festival for thanking Jesus Christ, and it started in search of secularism, which is a religious freedom. And later on I will talk to you about the economic part as well. So there is something that will be at the end of the video. Such an interesting day is Thanksgiving Day. And so now after this, getting into the holiday effect, the national observance after the President George Washington in 1789 and Abraham Lincoln in 1863. These are the people who allowed Thanksgiving Day to be a nationally recognized festival. And to Massachusetts something was the leader of the Pilgrim. I forgot the clear name. So if someone knows the name, type it on the comment. And type your comments about Thanksgiving, whom you want to thank, what holiday you like, all those on the comment box. My comment box are not getting filled much nowadays. So that's also a concern I have. And now to talk about some significant points of this Thanksgiving Day. This is being held in US from 1621. That is, in 1620 they landed. On the day they landed was also noted as 11th of December 1620 they landed. So after a year, in 1621 November, they started doing this. Only 60 pilgrims, I earlier said as 90 were from India now. So only 60 people have survived. And 90 Indians are joined by the historians. What they say was, there was also not a proper sex ratio. Only 5 women were there during this feast. I don't know where they went. And to talk about this was the first autumn. That's a kind of spring autumn. After spring, the autumn season comes. On that season, they have enjoyed this feast. And they were the early settlements. The pilgrim settlements did this to thank the Indians in the form of a feast. And no turkey was served. This is being said like that, but we cannot say strongly that no turkey was served. They only eat deer, flaw, and fishes. They said bat, so it could be there could be turkeys as well. And frog was not also there, as it came popular only on 18th century. This is one thing. And the famous song, jingle bells, jingle all the bells. Oh, what fun is it to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey, jingle bells, jingle all the bells. This song was thought to be a Christian song. But again, the twist is, this song was sung by James Pepperpoint on 1850 on a Thanksgiving Day occasion. So, important Christian song is also creating a confusion whether this is a holiday song or is it a song for a traditional song for a joyful mood, or is it a Christian song, because this is mainly sung on churches during Christmas. Okay, and now this was from 1850 to 1851. This song was sung by James Pepperpoint, who is the author of this song. And why I am talking much happy is I am a call center employee. So Thanksgiving Day is a holiday for me, as I work for US people. And I take this as an opportunity to request any American or anyone who can communicate with the Americans to take this as an opportunity to thank the other country people who work for you. You are the biggest purchasing market, you are the biggest purchasing powerful people, and many people come to your country to get job and all those. I know that there is some kind of shortfall in the American economy as well, but I want whomsoever is becoming the American president to plan for the whole world's economical development and be supportive to other nations as well. Okay, it's a request from my side. I cannot give anything back as I am not a country head or not see a politician or someone who can create a great reform in the country. I can just request because if this job is not there, I won't be this much happy. So it's a humble request from me. And now similarly I requested you as I get this holiday, and I have a holiday small poem. Holiday, it's a jolly day. I will shout and sing as I say it's a holiday. This is my poem. And like I am singing this, there is someone called as Sarah Josa Tay. She's a lady and she's an author. This lady, many children go to the school and learn rhymes. There was one rhyme called as Mary had a little lamb, little lamb, little lamb. Mary had a little lamb that one day came to school. That one day came to school. That little lamb song. And this author wrote throws the letter to American president when at that time Mr. Lincoln was the president, and the letter was written requesting a national holiday on the Thanksgiving Day. So this continued for 17 years, and for more than 17 years, it will be even more than that. Outsourcing stopping plans are there in US. So taking this request as a Thanksgiving treat, feast, anything, stop mainly focusing on stopping outsourcing, but plan for more job creation, more wealth creation in US, so that you also outsource and support jobs for developing countries. And next to that, the date of Thanksgiving Day is changed in 1939 to try to boost the economy during the Depression, but it never caught on, and the date was changed back 2 years later. So to support this depression, economic depression, we call it as recession. The pre-recession syndrome is observed in India even this year. So, and the Indian, what is happening in India this year, I will tell a little bit about that. The government says that there is an economic crisis in the country, but it's not a recession. This is like a post-recession syndrome, but we will overcome that. And as per RBI reports, the money available in the country is twice that it has printed. So money is not a problem. The only problem is the economic activities are not happening. There is loss of jobs because of high automation. Also, it's happening. When I worked in a popular computer manufacturing company, it's an head office of US, and I worked on its back office in India. At the time, during the first day of our admission of our employment or first day of the job, they had some kind of addressing from the senior management people. At that time, one HR said that we won't eliminate people for automation. We will plan automation implementation in a way that it creates more job with automation as well. That is, it's not that when they do an automation, they won't reduce headcounts, but still they will improve their bandwidth or do a marketing expansion, and so that they won't so the automation won't lead to lack of employment. So that kind of implementation could be done. I just thought of sharing this during a Thanksgiving Day because it's something a kind of a helping day, helping of the Indiana people to the Pligrims. Made some 60 people to live, and today we all enjoy, not only in US, even I am going to enjoy a holiday on 4th Thursday of this month as I work for US clients. I am very happy about that. So that has given rise to this kind of a holiday. So always help people for their employment. And to talk about this, so this is the depression, and how this is linked is when employer starts gifting their employee, when people start gifting each other, they purchase, so the money starts revolving. Once the money starts revolving itself, the recession is half gone. Okay, when there is no money also there will be recession. If there is no protection, no product, the recession comes, it's different. When there is production, there is enough wealth, there is enough food in the government reservoirs, but still there is enough money in the country. The money is not with all. There is a huge gap between the haves and have-nots. This can be changed by haves voluntarily by giving more employee rewards on whatever the organizations they have. They are those who are working for you, right? You can first help them. And you have something called as corporate social responsibility. Delhi pollution is not only because of the pollution which happened in Delhi, it's because of the lack of awareness and the financial incapability of the farmers on the nearby states Haryana and Punjab. They burned the crops instead of using sophisticated machineries to cut them, and they can, if there is proper supply chain planned, and if there is a proper arrangement for converting it into other products and selling it on Western markets, they can make products out of it, and they could have got income out of it. Only no one stepped forward. Now the haves didn't step forward to invest their money in proper supply chain management and on proper production of agro-based products from the agricultural waste. They spoil their land, they spoil the fertility of the land. The ash is not such a huge manure. It pollutes the environment, causes acid rain, and again damages crop, damages your health. Made a capital city of India, the Delhi, and non-suitable place to breathe, and schools were closed for more than a week. So everything happens because of that. Haves are not investing, haves are not rewarding, haves are not helping. So in this Thanksgiving Day, change your attitude. I know mostly other country people won't understand my English, so I have a lot of angel investors here, a lot of rich people who are watching my videos through my LinkedIn contacts. Please take a step, take an initiative, spend more, and also in time you get more back in terms of returns, but still spend liberally and try to boost the economy. And also one more thing, the banks also should change the attitude. Government should bring up something. I heard that one famous person, Coffee Day Siddharth, committed suicide. That suicide case is also not sure, but one thing I heard about that was his 1,000 crore property was seized by financial institutes and banks. I am not sure about that as well, because there was about some 700 crores still left over in the property value. Because of this recession and others, they said that the property selling will be a problem, and they seized immediately. Because of the immediate seizing, the pressure was huge and he was unable to raise funds from others. So this type of things, you angel investors and promoters have to be concerned about this. It's not about one person, it's about all of you. Spend some time on a Thanksgiving feast, and thank for all the wealth you have got, and also think that a sudden change or a sudden crisis, financial crisis, won't lead to suicide. So please think of that as well. I thought of telling that as well for on this day. And each year the president of US pardons a turkey and spares it from being eaten for a dinner. The tradition came from 1947, and this was started with the President Truman. So this President Truman in 1947 spares a turkey, and after that every year they are sparing a turkey from being eaten, because it's a kind of animal welfare. At the same time, you should also think of animal husbandry. Animal husbandry should grow, and people who are on animal husbandry industries are prone to many diseases. Proper welfare schemes should be also given to them, and proper vaccination should be given to the animals, birds, and everything grown on there. Proper sanitation should be maintained, and also on the cutting slots, the shelter yards, very very important, it should be hygienic. So investors can come up on these kind of fields. All the investors go only for IT, computer, robotics. So spend some time to look at the other side of the world and bring up some funds into this. And if you are in some other domains, you have a very good corporate social responsibility fund. It's mandatory for 2% on any profit-making company and 5% on listed companies to be spent for social welfare activities. You have your volunteers, come on, step in these fields. spread awareness about vaccination, spread awareness about animal husbandry, so that the village people will be more healthy. Suddenly a plague or a flu or something spreads out from animals to human beings, so many lakhs, hundreds of people die. So in order to prevent this, have a feast celebration of spreading awareness through your corporate social responsibility. Spare animals, spare humans. Okay, then breaking of wishbone is another tradition. This is kind of a funny activity where they break up a turkey bone, and whoever gets the bigger piece gets the maximum wealth. That's a belief. So about animal husbandry I talked. Now about 460 lakhs, that is 4 crores and 60 lakhs, 460 lakhs, sorry. That is 4 crores and 60 lakhs of turkey is eaten up, and also they eat about some 50 million, that is 5 crore pumpkin pinks. And apart from that, the Thanksgiving Day evening is called as the drinking night, biggest drinking night of the year. So avoid drinking. Smoking causes cancer. Liquor drinking is injurious to health. So don't smoke, don't drink, quit smoking, quit drinking. It's good for you. Be anti-alcoholic person, be non-smokers. And when talking about Delhi pollution, they said today living in Delhi is like smoking 50 cigarettes a day. Think why you smoke wantedly and say something which will harm you, cause cancer to you. Because I also did that earlier. After that I realized I start quitting it, and that's a change I want you as well to do. And again, to get into, I talked about the economy and the fund revolving money, right? And for that, Black Friday, the Friday next to Thanksgiving Day, marks the start of the shopping season, that is the Christmas season. The term refers to retail companies finally going into the black, making it profit after being in red. That is, red is in loss and black is in profit. So now you would have understood that retail business means the animal husbandry shops, the groceries you get, and the shopping, clothes, shoes, footwear. So when it's a festival season, you will go a lot of things, like you may get a sunglass like this and also something else, and you will be on a celebrity mood. You have to purchase gifts for Thanksgiving Day. And for Thanksgiving Day, I forgot another one thing that's called as crown of copia. Crown of copia is a horn filled with fruits, vegetables, nuts and flowers. Okay, and this horn, this cornucopia is the symbol of Thanksgiving Day, and this symbolizes this crown, that's the horn, the gift you give, symbolizes there's a plenty in the harvest you have got. And another one thing of Thanksgiving Day is it's a harvest festival where you get together with the family and you feast mainly on turkeys. Nowadays it's mainly a turkey eating festival, which will be stuffed with a lot of other things. Okay, and they also feed on the corn, flock, mashed potatoes, and the gravy dessert and pumpkin pipes. As I told you, 50 million pumpkin pipes are eaten on this day alone. And this is about Thanksgiving Day. And I have taken a lots and lots of your time, and to short about how you can implement this. If you are in a have list, start giving employees more rewards. First thing, concentrate on your corporate social responsibility. If you are an angel investor, promoter, stop concentrating only on this IT, automation, robotics, heavy engineering, all those, and just a little portion. Start spending it for other investments other than this. The agro industry is not proper in the country, but it's a very hard thing. We have lots and lots of groups. Even if you go with a broad mind, if you go with a supportive mind, there will be some people saying that, oh, these corporate people will spoil everyone. They are getting into this village industries as well. So many problems we have to encounter and overcome. But still, and in safety video also I said, talk them about safety. There will be some pits. They called us dumping pits. During rainy season, there will be a death hole, and unclosed bore wells, and no barricades on bridges. All those things you can see on village area. So go there with some promotion ideas with your corporate social responsibility team. And mainly the Delhi pollution problem. Agriculture pollution is a huge topic to study. They only blame industries. They will see a tall chimney living a smoke at a very high unreachable area, and they will say that this factory smoke is the reason for all the diseases happening in the city. There are a lot of great knowledgeable people in this country who prominently speak on TVs about this. They never think about the percentage of each and every pollution, where the sources are, how to eliminate that, how to bring up with alternative methods and technologies to overcome that. They will only say this industry is a polluting one. Think of agriculture pollution. So many people are getting lung cancer and lung diseases because of this. So bring out innovative methods, supply chain methods, and on this harvest, thanking for this harvest festival, to thank harvest, to thank people on animal husbandry, to safeguard animals. And I have made videos about the crocodile park at Kovalam on the outside of Chennai on ECR road. That's the Eastern Coastal Road. Really a beautiful seashore. Definitely, if you go there, you will say that you are not getting pure air in Marina even. Such a pure air, such a pleasantful atmosphere it is. I haven't gone through very low polluted areas. And one of Madan Gauri's video, famous, he is the first blogger in Tamil language. That is, my native mother tongue is Tamil. I will create a video for Thanksgiving on Tamil as well. So he posted on a video that Tamil Nadu, Thuthukudi, Tirunelveli areas are surveying are less polluted because Delhi is not on a seashore. Seashore has a huge outlet, right? So go to seashore and get some fresh air as well, and don't go on late nights. It may lead to a security risk. And that's all. We talked about secularism. We talked about Thanksgiving, a Christian festival. We talked about religious freedom. We talked about Thanksgiving to everyone. We talked about the history of Thanksgiving Day, and we saw that all these the economic boosting activities which are planned with the Thanksgiving Day. And also we talked about welcoming the people from other places, helping them to live. All these are good learnings from Thanksgiving Day. So I think you will also implement it on all your stages. If you are not at a huge power or position, don't worry. Just make a simple video like this and post it on YouTube. Share your thoughts on the comment box below. Someone who has a knowledge, he will see the comment and he will implement something. Or share with your friends. If you will be having a corporate social responsibility team in your office, you will be working there. Suggest them for a visit and of spreading awareness. Plant more trees. Tree plantation is done by most of the corporates. Participate on those and bring a reform in the society. And as far as my channel is concerned, subscribe plus the like button. Share these videos to many people. And it's time to say bye. I have to take care of other things as well. And so subscribe, like, and share in social media. Comment on the comment box below. It's time to say bye. It's your Joel Janjay signing off from you.